Hello, my pretties. It's Lion Queen here. Welcome to episode 332 of Shadows and Pretties. And today in this video, I am going to be doing a South Park movie. So today we are going to be looking at this South Park movie called South Park Bigger, Longer, and Uncut. This movie came out in 1999, which is an adult animated musical comedy film based on the TV show South Park. The film was directed by the series creator Trey Parker, and from a screenplay co-written by the series co-creator Matt Stone and Pam Brady, and stars Parker, Stone, Mary Kay Bergman, and Isaac Hayes, whom have all reprised their roles from the series, with George Clooney, Eric Idle, and Mike Judge in the supporting roles. So, this movie pretty much came out in, this was around the time when South Park started to become popular. Like, if you guys don't know, South Park was a TV show made for adults that came out in, sometime in I think in around 1996 or 97. So, South Park has been around for, a few years when this movie came out. So, yeah. This movie is definitely a really funny one. It's got a lot of comedy in it. It's a pretty good film. I mean, if you like adult shows like South Park, like myself, you definitely really will enjoy this movie, as South Park has a really good comedy when it comes to their movies and that. But I'm going to be reviewing this one because this is the one most people remember seeing. If you were around, late 90s, early 2000s, you probably remembered seeing this film. Yeah, this is based off the show South Park, which most of you guys probably, everyone has heard of South Park. I have never met a person who's never seen South Park. I have never in my life met anyone who does not know South Park. This is really funny. It's definitely one of the adult shows I personally really enjoy. So, with that being said, I'm going to go ahead and explain what the plot of the movie South Park is, especially for people who have not seen this movie in a really long time, or for those who have not seen it, would like to know what this movie is about. So, I'm going to basically go ahead and, explain the plot. So, just a spoiler warning, I'm going to be spoiling pretty much anything. So, if you guys want to sit there and, skip it and not want to see this, if you don't want to see this review, you're more than welcome to skip it if you want. But like I said, this is just me only forewarning you ahead of time. So I guess with that being said, I'm going to go ahead and, talk about this movie. So without further ado, let's begin. So basically the plot is about taking place in South Park, Colorado. Stan and Kyle and his adopted brother Ike, Eric Cartman, and Kenny visit the movie theater to see Terrence and Phillip's R-rated film, Asses of Fire. After being denied tickets, the boys pay a homeless man to accompany them. After watching the film, the boys begin swearing constantly, or cursing if that's what you prefer to say. Their friends are impressed to also see the film, except for Wendy, who becomes acquainted with a transfer student named Gregory, much to Stan's jealousy. The next day, the boys start swearing at school and got sent to Mr. McKay's office. When the children's parents find out, they are forbidden them from seeing the film again. But so multiple times, as per bet with Eric Cartman, Kenny sets his fart on fire, imitating the scene from the film, accidentally immolates himself, and is rushed to the hospital, where he dies from a blotched heart transplant. Kenny is denied entry to heaven and descends to hell, where he encounters Satan and his abusive partner Saddam Hussein. Meanwhile, Kyle's mother, Sheila, forms the Mothers Against Canada, or MAC, involvement with the other parents. Terrence and Phillip are arrested as war criminals. When the U.S. refuses to release them, Canada bombs the Baldwins in retaliation, and the U.S. declares war on Canada and arranges to have Terrence and Phillip executed during a USO show. After insulting Sheila repeatedly, Cartman is implanted with the V-chip, which administers with a shock whenever he swears. So Satan professes that the war is a sign of the apocalypse, and upon Terence and Philip's deaths, he will invade and conquer the earth. After failing to persuade Satan and ban Satan, Kenny's ghost visits Cartman to warn him. Unable to reason why with their mothers, Stan, Kyle, and Cartman form a resistance movement with their classmates to rescue Terence and Philip. At Gregory's behest, they recruited the French ascended motocyclist Christophe, nicknamed the Mole. Kyle later hides in the family's attic as Canadians are sent to intermediate camps. After the boys infuriate the show, Stan and Kyle attempt to stall the execution, while Cartman attempts to deactivate the alarm with the Mole prepares to secure Terence and Philip. However, Kenny's ghost reappears before Cartman, who runs away in fear, forgetting to shut down the alarm. The Mole is discovered and fatally mauled by the guard dogs. So pretty much the remaining boys try to warn their mothers about Satan's prophecy, but are ignored as the execution commences. The execution is interrupted when the Canadian Army launches a surprise attack, resulting in a massive battle between the two armies. Cartman deactivates the electrical switch, allowing Terence and Philip to escape. The shock from the switch causes his V-chip to malfunction. Stan chases after him but gets knocked out by an explosion. Horrified of what they incited, MAC members decide to abandon their cause, with only Sheila remaining committed. Stan reawakens before a scented, I'm not gonna say it because, it's not ad-friendly way to say it, and let's just say a private part basically tells him to be self-content to gain Wendy's affection. Stan leads the others to Terence and Philip, whom the U.S. Army have them cornered. The children form a human shield as Kyle tries to reason with Sheila, faulting her for the scapegoating others and his mistakes. While the soldiers begin to back down, Sheila refuses and shoots Terence and Philip dead, fulfilling Stan's prophecy. Saddam interrupts Satan and demands that everyone bow to him. When Satan insults Cartman, the latter's resort turn into release bolts of electricity from his hands. Subsequently, Cartman engages with the profanity-laden trades to attack Saddam, who then continues to verbally abuse Satan, eventually causing him to snap and throw Satan back to hell, where he is impaled on the stalagmite. Grateful for Kenny's support, Satan grants him one wish, and Kenny wishes for everything to return to its pre-war state and parts with his friends before disappearing. South Park is restored as its casualties, including Terence and Philip, are undone. As the Americans and Canadians make peace, Sheila reconciles with Kyle, as Wendy did with Stan. For a sacrifice, Kenny is allowed entry to heaven, thus how the movie ends. What a really good story. I personally really thought it was a really enjoyable movie. I personally really enjoyed, the movie. It's got really good actors and, actresses did a really great job with this. I personally liked, that Mike Judge was, in this, and Eric Idle was in this movie, which I personally really enjoyed. George Clooney was in there, which I thought that was pretty cool. And the whole fact that this was taking place during the time when South Park was being made. I personally really enjoy how this movie went out because the plot was pretty interesting. I really enjoyed the plot. The animation is really well done. I personally love the animation of this movie. I personally thought it was really well done, just like the show. It's pretty funny. I personally love the jokes. The humor in it is just absolutely hilarious. I love the humor in it. I thought it was really good. But I personally really have to say, I recommend this movie to anybody who's a South Park fan. If you're a South Park fan, or a fan of, adult shows like Family Guy and stuff, you definitely would really enjoy this movie. However, South Park does do offensive jokes in the show, so yeah. There is a couple of offensive jokes in the movie, so yeah, just thought I would, let you guys know. Because, yeah, this is honestly a really good show, and it's a good movie. I definitely recommend you guys see the movie if you haven't. They're really funny. I personally really thought it was really good. It's funny. It's definitely a really good movie. I personally really recommend it to anybody who is a South Park fan like myself. Now, I did see this movie a long time ago. It's definitely really funny. I personally love this film. It's really, really good. Now, with that being said, I can respect people's opinions if they don't like South Park, because I know not everyone likes South Park because of the humor and stuff, but I personally thought it was funny. It was definitely really awesome. It's well made. It's hilarious. I definitely really recommend this movie if you have not seen it. You will not be disappointed if you've not seen this movie. So, I could definitely say, give it a watch. I think you could find clips of it on YouTube, and I think you have to buy the movie on YouTube, I'm pretty sure, but I could be wrong. I don't remember if it's up there or not. Maybe it is, but it's definitely a really, really interesting movie. This one was released on VHS. It was released on DVD. It's definitely a really fun made movie. The songs are pretty hilarious too. The songs were really hilarious and well done. This film is definitely really funny. I personally really enjoy this movie a lot. So, yeah, I could definitely recommend this movie to anybody who is a South Park fan. If you've not seen South Park, this movie, you have to really watch it. It is definitely funny. It's well made. It's awesome. You will not be disappointed once you've seen this. So, I guess with that being the case and with that being said, like I'm always going to continue to say, this is just simply my own personal opinion, and if you happen to disagree with me, that's perfectly fine too. We're all entitled to our own opinions in regards to these movies. This is just simply my own personal thoughts. So, I mean, I can respect your opinion if you don't like this movie. I can respect your opinion because I know the humor in South Park is not for everyone. So I can understand not everyone is into this kind of humor that is in South Park, and I respect that. I completely respect people's opinions as long as you're not going to be bashing opinions or being disrespectful to people's opinions. But most of you guys seem to know not to do that, so I'm not that concerned. So, I guess with that being said and that being the case, what did you guys personally think of this movie? Did you enjoy it? Did you not? Also, what would you have done personally to help make this movie a lot better? Feel free to let me know what your thoughts are down in the comments below. I'm the Lion Queen. I want to thank you so much for watching today's video, and if you enjoyed this video, be sure to leave a like, comment, and subscribe if you're new. Ring the bell for notifications to when I upload, so that way you guys will not miss an upload. And as always, if you guys want to follow me on Twitter, link to my Twitter account will be in the About page section, so you guys can go follow me on there. Also, if you're interested in following me on DeviantArt, link to my DeviantArt will be in the About page section, so you guys can go follow me on there. Also, if you're interested in subscribing to my backup channel, known as Ms. Dark Shigo, as link to that will also be in the About page section. So I guess that's pretty much all I have to really say, but like I always say, I'll be seeing you guys all in the next video. Peace out, and like always, I'll be seeing you all next time.